For years now, I have seen some of my fellow wig sisters who love the straight lob cut long bob rave about the wig on my head as their daily driver, and I have never had the opportunity to try her until now. I am here to show you Ellen Villa's Drive in the color light Bernstein Rooted. This right here is the epitome of the lob. If you've ever heard of a lob, this is what a lob is. A long bob. She is beautiful and she is popular. And I'm going to tell you all about her right now. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm here with 𝖺EEARkiR𝖺teЛ to bring you this review of Drive. And I could not be more excited. I love showing wigs that have been around for a while and have stood the test of time. Wigs that I have seen many of our fellow wig sisters wearing and raving about. You know, it is always fun to show you guys new releases, and I get excited about new hair just like everybody, but I also know how important it is to know how a wig holds up over time and what people are saying about a wig after it's been around for a while. And Drive is still super popular and super beloved. And 𝖺EEARkiRÄ is also super popular and super beloved. They are an online retailer that also has some in-person wig shops. They've got a number of salons in Canada, as well as one currently in the United States, more to come. And they do a lot. They have online live sales. They have an open box clearance section so you can save some money. They offer discounts all the time. They do giveaways, and they have a name your own price feature on their website. So absolutely should be on your list, especially for the major name brands. They carry them all, and they also have their own line of wigs. So great option if you are in the market for some new hair. I will make sure there's a link in the description box below and a coupon code that will save you money. And definitely keep that coupon code in mind in the future as well, because you can use it on any of the wigs that they carry. Let's take a look at this one from all sides. The hair feels incredible. So this is made with heat-friendly synthetic fibers, and I honestly would not know that this is synthetic. If I just touched this hair and had no idea what the wig was, I would wonder if it's human hair. It feels so natural. It's so smooth. But one of the huge benefits of synthetic and heat-friendly synthetic over human hair is that you do not have to style it. It is very challenging to get straight human hair this sleek and this straight. At least for me. I wear everything. I wear all different types of wigs, and I'll be honest, I really cannot get my human hair wigs to look like this. Usually they've got a little bit of frizz or they've got a little bit of bend in the hair, and if I want that super sleek straight look, I go to synthetic and heat-friendly synthetic, and it's not going to be impacted by humidity. It's not going to frizz up due to the weather, and that is one of the huge benefits of these fibers. Now, I know that friction is really challenging on heat-friendly synthetic. The more the hair rubs on your clothing, the more the ends can get frayed and frizzy and tangle, especially over time. But because this is a super straight style, it is very easy to maintain, even though it's heat-friendly. I have a video where I show how I use a hot air brush on heat-friendly fibers to smooth out the ends. It really is not much work at all, and so Personally, when I'm advising new wig wearers on, what are good beginner wigs, I often stay away from longer heat-friendly styles that have curl because those are harder to maintain because you want to get rid of the frizz and you need to use heat for that, but you don't necessarily want to remove the curl. You do not have to worry about that with this wig. So honestly, I love that this is made with heat-friendly fibers, and I think it's going to be really easy to maintain. There's the lace front, and Ellen Wille lace does show up on my skin tone more often than not. So if you can see the line of the lace on here, that's just kind of how Ellen Wille lace looks on me. I use a pinking shears to cut back lace that's visible, and then it's not visible anymore. And I will put a video below showing you exactly how to do that. So we have extended lace, ear tab to ear tab. You can tuck. No transition line will show. We do have a center part on this one, and it's a pretty narrow center part, so you don't really have flexibility on the parting. So if you're not a center part person, that could pose some challenges. We do have ear tabs with bendable stays, an extended nape, and Velcro adjusters, and then the rest is open wefted. So Ellen Wille is a brand known for running more average petite, a little bit smaller than average, and I do think that Drive here is, it's running somewhat that way. I would say that as far as the circumference goes, normally I find Ellen Wille circumference to be relatively true to average. I usually cinch it in a little bit. I have a 21 and I'm kind of between 21 and a half and 21 and a quarter. And I usually cinch them in, but I used to have a 22-inch circumference when I weighed a lot more than I do now, and I was still able to wear Ellen Wille. Where I think it often runs smaller is over the top, but I will say I am getting extra cap up here, and I usually don't on Ellen Wille, so I do think this one is running closer to average than some other Ellen Wille wigs on the market, so it just isn't running quite as small. You can see I've been talking the whole time. I threw her on. I'm combing through her with no problem. Every now and then I hit a little bit of a tangle, but she doesn't really tangle a whole lot. The only caution I will give you guys is she is very, very much a face flopper. You can see it's quite a bit of work to keep her out of my face for this review. She does want to kind of go forward, but that is really common on straight bobs and lobs and all one length. And so I have a video showing how I use a hot comb to get lift in the front so that then you don't have to deal with the face flopping. It will take you 10 minutes max to get lift in the front to get it out of your face. You can always clip it back in the meantime if you're uncomfortable doing that. I mean, you definitely can play with the style on this one. You can, put a clip in if you want a little lift in the front. This one is very, very flat on the top. There is no Permatease on this one. I would say this is more of a light to moderate density. Ellen Wille is really known for light density, and I would say this is not the lightest density I've ever had. See right there, there's a little tangle. I've had a few here and there, but she really doesn't tangle much. So I would say light to moderate density and really, really flat to the head, no Permatease. So if you like volume, you're not getting volume on this one. And another option, if you're not ready to add lift, is just tuck it behind your ears. Some of the skills that you will really serve you well as a wig wearer can feel really overwhelming in the beginning. So find other solutions, but know that the more you make these wigs your own, the more you're going to love your wigs. So this one could use a little lift in the front to get out of your face, but you can tuck her and clip her and then she's just fine. If you want to cut bangs in her, you can do that as well. So some flexibility there. Let's talk about this color, light Bernstein Rooted. So the code on this one, I didn't write it down, is 12.26.27. I love that Ellen Wille gives us the codes because it gives us a sense of what colors they use to make up this blend. This is what I would consider a blonde, a light brown, dark blonde mix. We have a 12 as the base, and a 12 is the lightest brown. So on the scale, brunettes go from a 2 to a 12. So we've got the lightest brown base, and then we've got golden, kind of a golden or a honey blonde, and we've got some light auburn. That's the 27, kind of a reddish. You can see some visible highlighting, but it is not a heavily highlighted piece. And it does have a very slight root. In my viewfinder, this root looks darker than it is. You'll see when we get outside, it is a very natural, very light root. It is not a dark root. It does not look like regrowth. It doesn't look like you need to go get your hair colored. I love this color. It's very warm though, so if you're looking for more of the warm, golden, honey, auburnish, kind of brown blonde, this could be a great one for you. Stunning. And the hair is just stunning. This wig is gorgeous, and that's why she's so beloved. Let's get outside so you can see this one outside, and don't forget about ዄki𝗂 and the helpful tip videos that I have linked below. See you soon. Here is light Bernstein rooted for you. Beautiful conditions to see this color. Bright enough, but no direct sunlight glare. Look at how light that root is. Just barely there. Now, I haven't filmed my review yet. I just took her out of the box. I haven't combed out, fixed the part. And so you've seen my review and the inside look. I haven't filmed it yet, but I will imagine that root looked darker inside. And that's what happens. That's why seeing both inside and outside can help. I often get asked, which one is right? They're both right. It depends on the lighting. We're not looking at our hair with a mirror everywhere we go and every bit of lighting we're in, so we don't always see that when it's on our head. There you go. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.